About a week and a half ago, I made a video about casting stones. And casting stones came from the Gospel John. And in the Gospel John, Jesus spoke about casting stones. Now, Jesus was in the Mount of Olives, and the next morning he returned to the temple. And as he returned, he started teaching and preaching to his disciples. And as he was preaching and teaching to his disciples, the Pharisees and priests brought a woman that supposedly committed adultery. Now, we don't know if she really committed adultery because these Pharisees and priests were trying to catch Jesus up, hem him up. They were trying to catch Jesus in a lie. And as Jesus was listening to these Pharisees and priests, he was drawing in the sand with his finger. He was drawing symbols of a fish, and he listened to what they had to say, that this woman had committed adultery. And they said, underneath Moses' law, this woman would be stoned to death. That everybody would have grabbed a stone and started throwing stones at her until she was dead. So finally, Jesus stood up and he looked at everybody in the crowd and he said, let anybody without sin be the first to cast a stone at this woman. Now, one by one, everybody disappeared, starting with the elders. And Jesus was left alone with the woman. Now Jesus looked at the woman and he said, has anybody condemned you? And the woman looked at Jesus and said, Jesus, no. And Jesus said, be on your way then and sin no more. Now it's just a little something to think about. We judge people every day. We cast stones every day. Even on Facebook, we cast stones. We cast stones at our worst enemies, really, when we should be praying for them because they're sick, they're ill, and we don't understand what they're going through. I get cast stones at every day. You know, even by family members that don't understand me, don't understand my ways, don't understand your ways. Now, to get over this, to get over people casting stones at you, the only thing you could do is pray for them. Because if you pray for them, you have understanding in life. And your life will get better once you start praying for your enemies. And that's what we need to do. We need to start praying for our enemies. It's just a little something to think about. So.